Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Allie, and today we're going to be talking about 9 fall decor styling tips. Now there are tons of ways to bring fall into your home, but these are 9 of my personal favorite ways to do it. Ways that make my home feel cozy, warm, inviting, and that really evoke that season of fall. So in this video, I'll be walking you through just how to do it, and I'll be showing you lots of examples for how you can do the same and just make your home feel super cozy and warm for this season of fall. If you like videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you have your notifications turned on so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Tell me what your favorite idea was that I shared with you today. And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so the first styling tip I'm gonna give you guys is all about textures. So when we think fall, we of course think about cozying up. We think about warm blankets. We think about pillows. Maybe you're swapping out your pillow covers. All of these things really help to bring texture into your home for the season of fall. I also really like using textures because they're more inexpensive ways to take my style up a notch and really signal the changing of a new season or the welcoming of a new season. So pillow covers are some of my favorite things to do because they're inexpensive. And I also love that when you swap them out for the next season, you don't have a bulky pillow to store. You just have a pillow cover which can easily be folded and put away in a drawer. Much easier for storage, and in many cases less expensive than purchasing new pillows. Adding several blankets to a basket near a couch is one of the most coziest things that you can do to make your couch area super inviting for when you have family and friends over. It makes things feel elegant and luxurious when you have things like this at the ready. I personally always love thinking about functionality in my decor, so not just how things look aesthetically, but also how things function. And bringing in those textures is a great way to have something that's functional, something that evokes warm, cozy feelings, and something that also looks really beautiful. You can also use textures by using floral stems and picks in non-traditional ways. So what I mean by that is not necessarily adding them to a vase, but maybe you're just tucking them into your fall arrangements. It's such an easy and inexpensive way to soften things up. I use picks in many of my fall arrangements. I scatter them all over my home. Even if I have a small vase, I'll sometimes pop that into an area in a powder room just to, again, bring another texture, bring another element of the season of fall. Which brings me to style tip number 2, which is of course incorporating florals into your home. You can bring in florals by adding them to your mantle in the form of garland. I love layering garland on a mantle. It just looks so beautiful. It makes things feel full. And that's what fall is all about. It's all about the harvest. It's all about abundance. So don't be afraid to layer things in the fall. If you're staying with earthy color tones with maybe a pop or two of other colors, it's a safe bet to really bring that season into your home. Go big. Add a few large stems on an entryway console table or perhaps in the middle of your dining table. But you can also bring fall in small ways. So maybe that's adding a single sprig onto an entryway bench or in a corner somewhere. I like to add stems in the corner of a vase in my coffee bar area. Just brings in the season, refreshes things. Tucking in those floral stems, tucking in those picks in ways that maybe you wouldn't think really can make a big impact. One of my favorite things about the season of fall is the earthiness, all the natural elements. So bringing those elements into your home is a great way to really make your home feel like fall has arrived. Then of course you can put real plants outside. So I always like to purchase mums in the fall. I add them to my patio. I add them to my front porch. You can also buy artificial mums, which work just as well. Tip number 3 is to add warm lighting. So you can do this in so many different ways. You can add floor lamps, you can add table lamps. It's always a good idea to have multiple lamps within a space because that really creates a mood. And especially during the season of fall, it creates that warmth. It's inviting for conversations, for when you're entertaining. Aside from lamps, I also really love using candles to bring lighting into my home. There's something about having that flicker in little corners of your home that just brings life there. It brings movement there. It adds interest and it draws the eye over to an area that perhaps would have been overlooked. Adding candles on places like a mantle or on a console table, in lanterns scattered about throughout the house makes things feel less flat and so warm, so inviting, so welcoming. Now I have kids in my home. I don't like using a lot of real candles in the home. So there are so many great options for battery operated candles. And that's pretty much what I use throughout my home. This year, I started using these rechargeable batteries that were sent to me by EBL, which stands for Energizing Bright Lives. These rechargeable batteries can enhance the warm, cozy, and festive moments this fall, whether it's lighting up fall decor, powering up essential gadgets, or just getting ready for Halloween. You guys know that I love my Halloween decor. I use rechargeable batteries, again, all over my home because they're so convenient. And I like that I don't have to really worry about open flames. And these are so easy to use. They have rechargeable batteries and chargers. So the set that I have is for AA batteries as well as AAA batteries. Give it a little time to power them up, and then they last just as long, if not longer, than your regular batteries. EBL was kind enough to provide me this sample and also a discount code for you, so I'll put that in my description. You can grab 15% off your batteries and chargers right now using the code below. They are a great price. I would get them now before they sell out in time for the holiday season. So I have this smart charger set, and I'm charging 4 AA and 4 AAA batteries at the same time, which is pretty cool. But you can also use this bay to charge 8 AA batteries at the same time. This is very convenient when it comes to holiday decor. Again, especially if you have small children and you don't really like to light candles, or maybe you just don't like burning regular candles in your home. They also sell C and D sized batteries, lithium ion batteries, 9-volt batteries, tons of different battery chargers, and they're overall great for home, camping, and outdoor use. They even sell these portable power stations. I would definitely check their website out right now. You can use my discount code. They're also running a lot of really great sales right now. So head over to their website. It's eblofficial.com. Stock up for all of your fun holiday needs and also all of your practical home and camping needs as well. Again, don't miss that 15% off. Grab the link and the code in my description. There are so many fun ways that you can use these as well. I love to use them in things like this Halloween garland, which looks so pretty on top of a mantle. I use them in the battery operated candles in that long display you see behind it. I love to use these in lanterns, which look awesome on a dining room table if you're doing a Halloween tablescape or maybe a Thanksgiving tablescape. So many holiday uses. The same way that I use them to power up my Halloween trees is going to be the same way that I use them to power up all of my beautiful Christmas trees as well. I like adding a little flicker of light in each and every room of the house, in every corner of the house, and this is one of the best ways I've found so far to do it. And I'm so happy that I have these on hand for my Christmas decor as well. I love them. They're so easy to use, and I really like being able to just plop down on my couch after a long day, find that remote, and just click, 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 turn on all the candles around my home and just enjoy that warm ambiance that having those candles lit brings. There are also lots of great options for kitchen counter lamps. So I don't have under cabinet lighting, but a great solution for us at night is I just add a small table lamp to my counter in my kitchen, and it just brings a soft glow. I can turn off those harsh above can lights and just light the area with a really pretty soft glow. All of these ways bring that warmth into the home, which is so classic and signature for the season of fall. Number 4 is a fall classic. That is, of course, pumpkins. There are so many ways that you can incorporate pumpkins into your home decor aesthetic. So you can work pumpkins into your tablescape, maybe on a dining table. You can scatter pumpkins and gourds of all different sizes and shapes, which really brings interest and adds more of that natural feel. You can add a single pumpkin to a console table. Maybe you have an already existing console table set up and you don't really like to change things out dramatically. Just adding a couple of pumpkins, maybe a couple fall leaves, tucking them in here and there, brings the element of fall into your home in a natural way. You can also make old pumpkins feel new again, and I'll share with you a DIY of one of my favorite DIYs to date, where I transformed these pumpkins that I had that I wasn't crazy about. They didn't have a whole lot of life into them, so I decided to just use some basic paint that I bought for a couple of dollars each and spruce them up, and the result was transformative. It was so beautiful. I love them so much. I keep moving them around different areas of my home because they just bring such an element of the season in such a fun way. And I didn't have to go out and buy anything new. I used what I already had and just woke them up and brought life to them. So don't be afraid to transform items that you already have and just wake them up, make them new again, and place them in different areas of the home to bring the season in. Style tip number 5 is to add fall art to your home. Now, this doesn't have to mean large art pieces, although it can. You can always take existing art on your walls and just for a season, swap it out with something of the same size, the same scale, that's just maybe more of a fall landscape. But if you want to do it in a more smaller scale, a more subtle way, you can always purchase a small art piece and layer them into your existing decor. So maybe that means that you lean it against an entryway console mirror. I love this beautiful white pumpkin art. I think it's such a classy piece, and I didn't have to go making any major changes. I just sort of layered it into my entryway table decor. Another fun idea, especially if you have kids or maybe you want to do a girls' night or a group birthday night, is you can go to a local DIY shop and paint some fall art. We did this recently, and this is my daughter's fall art piece. It's a beautiful piece for the season of fall about pumpkin picking and fire pit nights. It just cozies up the corner of our porch in a nice way and brings the season in. Or this one that my son painted, which is really cute for the season of Halloween. Even small art pieces that you can just pop in the corner of a kitchen, like this beautiful one that I found here at the store at home. I love it. It's just so natural. It adds such a nice calming effect. And I think that that's why I love the season of fall so much, is because there's so much nature that you can now bring into your home decor, and it really makes your home feel calm. It really makes your home feel peaceful. And I think that's a huge part of what decor is all about. It's not just what things look like, but it's about the feeling that it invokes within us. So adding in these natural elements really does invoke a more calm, peaceful mood within the home. And speaking of calm, peaceful moods within the home, that brings me to our next tip. That is to incorporate a fall scent into your home. There are so many ways that you can incorporate a fall scent. Maybe you're someone who loves those pumpkin candles. You can always bring in one of your favorite scented candles. I love doing simmer pots, and I'll share this recipe with you below, but creating a simmer pot is such a really nice, fun way to bring that fall scent into your home, especially if you're entertaining. I do this a lot on Thanksgiving when we host Thanksgiving. I'll just cut up a few natural elements and a few spices. You just add some water, place it on your stove, and just let it go for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, really however long you like. But it brings such a warm, comforting feeling to the home. Again, fall is all about that warmth, all about that comfort. And a simmer pot does it in a natural way. Puts you right in the mood for fall, and is inexpensive to do. These also make great gifts. So I love this simmer pot. I purchased it last year. I'll link it for you below. But if you want to give somebody a great gift to welcome the season of fall, or maybe someone who's hosting Thanksgiving, you can just purchase one of these glass pots and then add those elements in. You can add some dried fruits, some nutmeg, some allspice, some cloves, a couple of cinnamon sticks, and now you have a gift that not only looks beautiful, but is also really functional and always well appreciated. If you're not someone who loves lighting a fall candle, you can also make a DIY essential oil spray. Now, I did this in one of my previous videos, which I'll link for you below, but it's a simple recipe. It takes about 5 minutes to put together, and you can just spritz it around your house to create those fall scents in your decor. I believe that what really makes a house feel warm and cozy, what makes a house truly feel like a home, is when you go beyond the senses of just visual. So visual is of course important, but don't be afraid to bring in those senses of smell, so that when people walk into your home, it not only looks visually beautiful, but now you're adding in another layer. And speaking of natural ways to bring that scent into your home, another tip for you is to find one really good go-to recipe. Now, you don't have to be a baker or a cooker or anything like that, but for example, my husband makes a butternut squash soup, and it smells so good every time he makes this. So that's bringing in another sense, adding to the sensory experience of fall in your home. Because when you have something simmering, or maybe you have a favorite baked good, I also have a pumpkin bread, which is a family favorite here. And of course, pumpkin spice latte. If cooking or baking is not your thing, but you're still entertaining for fall, you can always throw that simmer pot on the stove so that everything smells amazing, and then order some takeout. And speaking of entertaining and enjoying the season, my next tip is to create welcoming outdoor spaces. A cozy front porch doesn't have to be over the top or complicated or fussy. You can just add a few items to your front porch to make it really feel like fall. Whether you're having guests over or whether you just want to feel a warm welcome when you drive home every single day, a cozy front porch is a great way to do it. A fall tree is always a really beautiful way to add some coziness to your front porch, make it feel inviting with those rich colors of oranges and browns that really signal that the season of fall has arrived. Maybe grab a fall wreath, or you can even refresh an already existing wreath. I did this recently, and I'll link that video for you below, where I just DIY'd a wreath that I already had by taking bits and pieces and some very inexpensive sprigs, tucking them in different places, and just sort of bringing new life into it for the season. I always love refreshing things because it means less storage for later, less money spent on my part, but still that feeling of freshening things up, making them feel new and cozy. If you have a back patio, you can string some lights for a really beautiful ambiance and a nice cozy effect at night. Add a fire pit if you have the space, or even if you don't have a huge outdoor space, maybe you have a small back patio or a really small balcony. You can still grab one of those really cute chimeneas and add some artificial candles inside the chimenea, and that just adds another effect. Don't think because if a space is small, you can't really do much with it. I promise you can do so much even within a small space. And speaking of fire pits, another tip is to add a s'more station. Nothing screams fall like sitting around a campfire with some of your favorite people with some cozy blankets roasting s'mores. And don't worry if you don't have a fire pit to do this with. There are even kits that you can purchase online, which I'll link for you, where you can do this at your kitchen table. Having some s'mores with people you love invites another sense into the mix. So now you've got visual, what you're seeing with your eyes. You've brought in scent with those fall scents that you're smelling that signify the season. Now we're bringing in taste with a delicious snack that everybody can enjoy. So again, if you've got a fire pit, great. If you don't worry. Think outside the box. You can still bring those fun times into your home with a simple kit. What matters is the marshmallows and of course the people who you're spending your time with. That's really all that matters. So that about wraps up this video today. I really hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope that I've given you a lot of great tips with how to style your home for the season of fall, really bring those natural elements into your home in both larger and smaller ways. If you like videos like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, make sure that you have your notifications turned on so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite part was. I really love hearing what you guys think. This also really helps my channel, so I so appreciate you guys being here and commenting and liking and just watching my videos. I hope you're enjoying the season, and I hope that I've helped you today in this video to enjoy it even more. Thanks again so much for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.